everybody talks about refining animation, improving animation, right? Everybody wants to perform good in animation in their career and become a good animator. But when you see the freshers, the beginners, they actually don't know how to do it. So there are a lot of tools to improve your animation. Also, the approach, how do you approach your animation shot? That also defines whether your animation will look good or not, right? Because it needs a constant planning and implementation and refining again and again to have a better shot delivered. So in this video today, we will discuss about a tool. I'm going to share you a tool which is really, really important, and I'm very much sure that no fresher animator or no beginner would know this tool, right? So when you get experience, when you start working in the industry, then you discover this tool, then you become aware of this tool. So the tool which I'm talking about in this video is grease pencil tool. Now, what does the tool do? So everybody wants, you also know that arcs is one of the principle of animation, right? So everything you animate, whatever you animate, that needs an arc. The motion, the movement which is happening, it should happen in an arc. And sometimes what happens is it's very difficult to understand why you are not getting the arc or why that action is not happening in that way, right? So if I talk about this shot, as you can see the shot, right? This is a character and I just set the camera later on, so that's why the pose is like not visible clearly. Okay, I'll just adjust a little bit of the pose, right? So this is just to show you how does the tool work. If you see, this is an animation, just a small kick animation. So if you pose it, this is the first pose, this is the second pose, right? What is happening? Can you see an arc in the movement of the leg? There is no arc, right? So whenever you do the animation, a lot of times this will happen, that the legs or the hands will not go in the direction which they should go. If you see the left hand, see how it's coming ahead. It's not coming in an arc, it's just coming forward randomly. So if I talk about the leg, in the leg, I will show you the example, right? So if this is the leg, this is, it is going. So it should go in an arc, right? So I will adjust the pose here so that now we'll see, right? This is the thing. This is the thing here. Right? So this is the, now I have added one pose, right? One thing is, whenever you want to improve your animation, any animation, make sure that you don't let Maya decide what is your in between pose. You have to pose it. So if this is the pose, now you can see, now you have an in between. Now you have created this pose. So now it goes in an arc, right? So to adjust this, if you are not sure, if you don't understand whether this is an arc or not, right? Now you're not having any trial. So one option is motion trial. But when you turn on the motion trial, your file gets slower. Like this occupies a lot of RAM as well when you turn on the motion trial. Now we'll understand something about grease pencil. So when you go to view in the viewport menu, go to camera tools, and here is grease pencil tool, right? So if you click on the grease pencil tool, this will appear. And what does this tool do is, it puts another key. So you can actually draw. So if you want to improve your arcs, if you want to improve your pose, so you can draw the pose on the viewport, right? If you click on new, see, I can draw something on the viewport from this tool. Okay, I'm undoing it. So if you draw it, you see here on the timeline, there is something is appearing. If you go here, it is not showing. So whatever you draw, it will hit a key on that frame. So if you go to fifth frame and if you draw, then this pose will come at fifth. So here is the key. If you go here, it's fading in and fading out, first pose and second pose, right? So by this tool, you can actually understand which pose you have to refine or how you have to refine. So sometimes what happens is you don't understand actually how to pose, but you can easily understand the image, right? If you draw it, if I say this should be the pose, you can understand that this is a line, it's drawn, so you just have to match the pose on the line, right? But without the line, it's difficult for you to match. So what you will do is you will use this tool, create, suppose right here, if you want to write here, if you see, the arc is also not that much, we can bend here, from here we can bend a little bit of the body as well. So this helps in refining your poses, right? You can refine here the arc of the body, and this is in the camera. Okay, if I move this camera, then this will not be convenient. So that's the reason I have locked the camera. If you see here, the camera is locked, I cannot move it. So everything you animate is on the basis of camera. If you animate properly in the perspective but it does not look good in the camera, then it's of no use. So whatever the arcs, the principles of animation, overshoot, everything you have to look at, everything you have to take care from the camera view, not from the perspective, right? So if I get here and select this, we can even improve this pose. Now from this, we understood that there is something can be improved. So we can make it more attractive or make it more dynamic, right? That way. And it will hit a key. Here you see there is a different key. This is the key of grease pencil. You can delete it. When you delete, the drawings will go. So how you can use, if I click on new, first pose, this is the first pose, this one, and this leg is in this way, right? So you have an arc here. When you go to third frame, now we have done this thing, right? This is the second pose of the leg. And on the sixth frame, we have this thing. So when you go and check your drawings, right? When you go and search some references about some actions or some walk cycle, you see they create poses that this will be the first pose, this will be the second pose, right? So those things you can create it on the viewport using this tool. Now you can see here the keys of, you can easily see what is the spacing from here to here. If somebody tells you to do some adjustment in the spacing, then here you can understand very easily. If I say from 3 to 6, the spacing is more. If somebody is telling to reduce the spacing, what you can do is go to 6th frame and you can draw it first. Draw it here. Okay, I want the leg here. Now what you can do is, now you will have a reference of your leg, that where your leg should go. Okay, so now if I come to 6th frame, it is here, right? What I can do, I can manually adjust it right here. Okay, so in that way, you can easily refine your animation in a much better way with a reference. And this helps in doing the spacing, right? Just now we adjusted the spacing. Same way you can adjust some poses right from the beginning. I shared, right? This pose, this angle. If you talk about hands also you can adjust. Maybe you can draw some poses. If you're not good into posing, you can go and click here, new, right? So a key will appear. Whenever you do a new, a key will appear. Or if you want to create it on the same frame, go to 6th frame and then you can create it on this. This is the hand pose. Here you can do something like this. This is, right? You can break your hand. So what you can do now, it's front. To break the hand, you go here and do this, right? So this way you can refine a lot of your animation work, and this will help you. I guarantee you this will help you a lot in making proper arcs, in doing the animation, in adjusting the timing and spacing, refining your arcs. So make sure you use this tool and practice it, so that the more you practice this tool, the more you will have an understanding that where can you use this tool, how you can use this tool, right? So I hope you like the video. This is a very, very interesting tool which you might learn after 2 3 years of experience, but I'm sharing with you here so that you can improve your animation as a beginner from the starting as well. Okay, so I hope you like the video. This is Naresh Chaudhary, India's first passion animator mentor, and I will see you in the next video sharing you some other tools and tips, or maybe some other animation tutorials. Till then, take care and God bless, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel for all the updates. See you soon.